Hello everybody, my name is David Whitting. I'm the Head of Development on the Moggill Ferry Road project. I've been in institutional grade development for around 30 years, and I've had senior roles with Multiplex, with Lang O'Rourke and with Grocon, all in the southeast Queensland market, and in the Multiplex and Brookfield sense, with a national role as well. My experience personally is in large-scale assets, particularly in the commercial and fund-through sector and large-scale residential. The project itself is very exciting. It's a 240 bed assisted living or 240 apartment assisted living project in Riverview, on the banks of the river and next to the Riverview station between Brisbane and Ipswich. When we identified the site, we could have done a number of things. One of those was a straight up residential development. We saw greater value in that and greater need to provide an institutional response to the social and assisted living problem that we have in this country. The social and assisted living sector comprises a much wider range than what is commonly known as the NDIS single home sector at the moment, and includes things like respite, Veterans Affairs and a number of other categories that are all supported by federal government funding. The demand here is for an institutional response, something that will have hydrotherapy pools, will have sensory gardens, will have views of the river, will have good access for people to be able to get there, that all the rooms will be suitable for a wide range of disability uses. The idea also is to have other benefits on site, whether it's cinemas, whether it's restaurants, so that families can come together with the family member that has a disability, and all of that can be catered for absolutely professionally on site, and that would be one of the first in Australia to be able to do that. So the revenue model for this facility is based a bit like a hotel management model, with our professional operator operating the 240 apartments with a mix of these different categories of use, whether it's, as I say, Veterans Affairs, NDIS, and predominantly respite, which is the highest level of support from the federal government. The income streams are guaranteed from the federal government, and they are quite high, which means that you're able to get, on a per square metre basis, much greater net operating income out of a facility such as this than, for example, if you rented it as an apartment. The vision for this sector is greater institutional capital, providing better services under the NDIS and other banners. And because it's Commonwealth government backed, because the demand is so high and the supply of this kind of product is so extraordinarily low, institutions who operate in this space, all the way from corporates to superannuation funds, will have, and in fact have, expressed extreme interest in looking at this facility. Because of the complexity of the revenue model, we have gone out to BDO, who have a specialist team actually based in Perth, to independently verify the model. The model has been built up in conjunction over about 18 months with Victoria's Community Foundation. The yield is pretty soft, it's only 7.5%. If you were doing a commercial office building, you would be selling a prime office building at around 5%. So at the moment we think we've got a fairly relaxed kind of yield going into it. The end value is kind of over $350 million. We've also gone to China Constructions to look at modular construction, which we've also been doing on another project that we've got at Morningside. And so we've got a great deal of confidence in terms of the construction pricing, which makes up the largest element, of course, of the cost base of the feasibility. Obviously, the selection of the operator is absolutely critical in this. We, after a process, selected Victoria's Community Foundation, who are a not-for-profit. Victoria's has operated for a number of years in this very market. They're well regarded for their services, and we have spent a lot of time with them over the past couple of years, ensuring that they are the right fit, that they can also scale up. They have current experience in delivering the services that we're talking about, and most critically, they have a vision for where this asset class should be in the next 5 to 10 years. The team has taken this project through effectively to this point from conception. So a few years ago we optioned the site up. We then moved to obviously identify our operator. We made an application to council for a development approval, and that development approval was received last year. Since then we have been working with the operator on the model to firm it up. We've been working with our construction partners and our design teams to bring the project forwards so that institutional capital can see that it is a viable project and that most of the revenue and major operating costs have been covered by us, so we can provide it to them in a kind of a pink bow package. Our strategy is to transfer the land to them at the price or greater than we've got in our IM. We're out for what we see as our last and final tranche of funding for $1.5 million to take us through to sale and completion of the land transaction. So obviously the further that we can move the project towards reduction of some of those risks, the more chance and the greater opportunity we have for price uplift. The strategy for us is to have sold the land by December of this year into a fund. We've had initial discussions with a number of different funds who have expressed interest, and we expect now that we've got the BDO report that number of funds that we're talking to will actually increase reasonably significantly. The thing I'm most proud of in relation to this project will definitely be being able to provide a unique facility for the users. To be able to look back on a career that kind of says we delivered a project that really revolutionised the offering for respite patients, for disabled, for NDIS participants, for Veterans Affairs, for DV affairs, I think is something that anybody should be proud to look on, including investors in the fund. So.